Good evening. This is my Module 3 vlog for PED 117. This module is about nutrition, and Mr. B, I watched your video, and I have to say that I do agree. Eating has definitely become a social event. It's something that many of our memories and emotions and social events and big parts of our lives are revolved around is eating. Many people stress eat. They eat when they're bored, they eat when they're sad, they eat when they're happy. There's certain things that we eat, like certain meals that may bring nostalgia or certain emotions, and it is, as you said, a release of dopamine. I do believe that it's a mental thing to want to lose weight, to want to make life changes, to eat better, to be healthy. I also think that it's a mental thing that can be trained. Yes, you can want it really bad, but if you don't know how to do it and you don't know how to train yourself mentally to continue with what the changes that you're making, then you're going to struggle and you're going to fail. Because at the same time, it is a mental thing to have a craving and to want something, and for basically to be a habit, and for you to force yourself to break that habit and to tell yourself, no, I'm changing this, I'm doing that. That requires determination, but it also requires training. What else did you talk about? You talked about losing weight is basically just burning off more calories than you intake, but also, like you said in your video, it's more so about knowing how many calories are you putting in your body, what is the difference between good carbs and bad carbs, and how much protein should you be eating, and how much sugar, and what are good sugars and natural sugars, and then versus stuff that are like artificial and processed sugars. And things like fruit turn to sugar in our body, alcohol turns to sugar in our body, many things turn to sugar in our body. It's about knowing what it does in our bodies, knowing what is good and what is bad, and the amount that we should have. And because one thing that many people don't do, and including myself, that I know that in previous times of like tracking what I eat and stuff, I don't eat enough. And I think, oh, I'm eating so much, I'm full, but I'm really not eating enough throughout the day. And I'm not getting enough calories. I get plenty of protein, but often I'm not getting enough calories. And then most people aren't moving enough also. So it's the factor of, are you eating enough? Are you eating too much? And are you moving enough, or are you moving too much? A lot of people who want to lose weight, their number one thing is they cut calories. They cut calories and they start working out a whole lot. They do a lot of cardio. They do a lot of, sweating it out, stuff like that. Well, if you're not eating enough and you're not eating enough of the right things, you're not giving yourself and your body enough fuel to use, which turns into energy. That's what food is. Food turns into fuel and energy for our body, which we then can use to do things such as a workout, which will also help you lose weight. I think it's a balance of both. It's not just eating, and it's not just working out and staying active. It's a balance of both. However, I also think that with the mental state and training your mind and training your habits and what you do, that you also need to have a little wiggle room and not be so hard on yourself. If you've been doing really good, you're losing the weight, you're being active, and something comes up, like somebody's getting married, or there's something going on, like a dinner party or something like that, you shouldn't prevent yourself from doing that. It's about learning how to make healthier choices, but you still can occasionally indulge. I mean, I work out all the time. I try to eat as best as I can. I try to stay active, but I'm still going to eat ice cream every once in a while. I'm not completely cutting it out of my life. It's about balance. If you're starving yourself so much and then all you want is the bad food, but you're not allowing yourself to have the bad food, eventually you're going to break, and then you're going to indulge with the bad food. And then because you haven't been eating enough and you haven't been training yourself how to eat properly, you've just been cutting back on how much you're eating, then you're just going to keep going down that path and that rabbit trail. So I definitely agree that is a mental thing, and that it's training your mind and training your habits.